apps. None of this is sponsored. And just talk about some of my favorite revision techniques, just a little kind of a ramble video. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so for a lot of my revision, I use this tablet. This video is very blue themed. I got the blue mic, the blue lights, and then my blue tablet case. Also ignore the writing on my hand, it's like random notes that I make. But yeah. So this tablet is the Samsung Tab 8, S-Tab 8 or something like that. Tab S8 I think. And I bought this I think maybe like half a year ago, maybe less than that actually. And I honestly use it all the time. Personally, I use this way more than my laptop because I have flashcard like apps that I use on here. This case has a little keyboard. It's just magnetic and it just like sits in the case kind of thing. It's just Bluetooth. And so it's just way more like portable. So I just use it a lot more and it's just easier to read the notes off of it. And then the tablet also has a little pen with it. So I can write like notes, and I used to do a lot of note taking on it, especially for biology. I haven't done it a lot recently just because I'm trying to do active recall stuff, but yeah, the pen is very, very useful. And then I just have all of my apps in these different folders. One, I do have an app with like social media stuff, which I just have Pinterest and TikTok because Pinterest is fun to scroll through. I would not recommend downloading TikTok on the device that you use to study. I get very distracted and I should probably delete it, but yeah. And then I have my music stuff. I mostly just use Spotify and just have like an instrumental studying playlist. I definitely recommend listening to instrumental music rather than music with words if you're trying to do a very focused study, because the words can distract you. That's just the app for my headphones because I have noise cancelling headphones. And then I also have white noise on here, which if you find that most music is distracting but you still want to like block out background noise, white noise can be very useful for that. And then these are all the study apps. I don't use all of these, but I'm just going to talk through the ones that I have used the most. Okay, so the first app that I use quite a lot is Penly, and this is just for note taking and answering like exam questions on my tablet. You can kind of just use any note taking app. They have like, there's a lot on there like GoodNotes, Notebly, but Penly is one that I think I paid about £5 for. It did also have some planning stuff on it, which can be very useful if you like to plan your day out and stuff. I'll just show you. So I just have some exam questions on here, and I can't lie, it does take me longer to answer exam questions on here than if I was just, you know, answering them on paper, but it does kind of make you more motivated, and then obviously saves paper by doing it on here instead. And then, as I said, I don't do this as much now, but you can also make your notes on here, which can be very helpful because if you just do it on paper you might lose it, but this you can keep it all in here. And also you can import like pictures. So here's just something I did for mass transport in plants. And then what you can also do with the notes afterwards is try to like write them out on a whiteboard and see if you can remember the stuff that you've written down. Okay, the next two apps that I find useful are flashcard apps. I know a lot of people like Anki. I personally just didn't really get on with Anki. I don't know, maybe it's the aesthetic of it was a bit basic, but that can be very useful for active recall and stuff because you can put how much you know something rather than just whether you know or not, because sometimes you know like half the flashcard. But anyway, I personally just use Quizlet mostly because I bought some biology flashcards from someone. So mostly I use Quizlet just for biology. So here's an example just of some flashcards, and basically what I do with this is I don't have Quizlet Premium, so I just use the flashcard option and just flick through them and write my answer on the whiteboard, and then just like sort them into whether I know them or don't know them. And then this second flashcard app is probably my absolute favorite, and it is Gizmo. So this is like an AI flashcard app. So I personally just use this for psychology, but here's all my psychology flashcards, and I pretty much just have all my notes for psychology in flashcard form. So I basically have never looked back in my folder, because I know that all my notes are on here apart from research methods, because I got bored, and yeah, but I literally have all my flashcards. And basically what you can do is not only can I do flip flashcards and use my whiteboard, which I personally think is the best method because I'm making sure I get all the content out, but you can also go to the learn memorize mode if it loads, and basically it's kind of like a fill in the blank. So this one's, I would type in the term. This one you have to fill in the blank, sorry you can't see, and it just kind of like highlights the things, and you can highlight it yourself of what you want to fill in the blanks for, and then over time it will like make you fill in more of the definition, if that makes sense. And it does it in terms of active recall, so if you get it right it will show you it less, and then if you get it wrong it'll obviously show you it more, and then you can level up and earn points and stuff, so it kind of makes revision feel like a game. So yeah, there's not really many other apps that I specifically use for revision, but for notes I use a few different websites. So Study Smarter I found very useful for geography and psychology, and also biology as well, to be fair, though I mostly use textbooks, and I'll show you the textbooks I use for my levels in a second. I also used to use No Unity for geography case study notes, and then also physics and math tutor is very useful, especially also for past papers and practice questions, so I definitely recommend that. So the main geography textbook I use is the Oxford Revise. I do Edexcel for A-level geography, but I think they also do this textbook for AQA and probably OCR as well. I think this is just really easy to read. It does have case studies in as well, but I always recommend that you make your own case study notes. So it's getting dark already. But like for example for geography, I literally just have these notebooks for case study notes. I have one of these for human geography and one of them for physical geography. I do have them on me at the moment, but for psychology, I'll just show you a picture. I'll put up a picture on the screen of the psychology textbook I use, and then biology I also use the Oxford one. Let me grab it actually. So this is the biology one, and very thick, but yeah, this one is really good. So sometimes it can be like boring to read though, and like it's all big chunks of text, so I do tend to use the flashcards that I bought for. And if you are wondering what the flashcards I bought were, they're from Holly Morton. If you look her up on TikTok, she has like a link to the biology flashcards. I think it's just chemistry and other notes as well. In terms of revision methods, my favorite thing to do is always whiteboard stuff. So I use this both for flashcards and for blurting. So for flashcards, again, I just get the question up on the screen. I try to write as much as I can remember, and then I'll fill in the blanks with the same pen if that's what I have, or a different pen, and I'll just keep going over and over this flashcards. Or for example for biology processes, I'll try to write as much as I can remember, and then again fill in the blanks. Also for textbook pages, you can get out a section of a textbook, read it, try to write as much as you can remember. It's all about kind of trying to recall stuff, not just copying things out, and just trying to remember as much as you can. And even if the first time maybe you write out while reading it and then try to do it again without reading it, that can still help. I also make sure I do past paper questions and exam questions, because a lot of the time it's just memorization and learning the mark schemes, so that can just really help. And also you can use the whiteboard to write your answers if you don't want to like keep printing off questions and this big whiteboard. I also have this small one, and I also have a big whiteboard on my wall, but I don't really like standing up to revise, so I don't really use that one as much. Okay everyone, so that was just a quick video of my favorite revision study methods and apps. So yeah, I'll try to film more when I can, when it's quiet in my house, slightly later, it's getting dark so quick, and when I'm not trying to revise and stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Make sure you comment any requests that you have for videos. Also, future videos, I'm gonna try maybe make some vlogs when I go on holiday in the summer, ASMR like voiceover style, and then also I'm